General Science MCQs helpful for RRB, SSC, PSC and other competitive exams. Which of the following is the basic unit of life? The correct answer is option D, cell. What is the chemical formula of water? The correct answer is option C, H2O. Which of the following is a renewable source of energy? The answer is option C, solar energy. Which of the following is the state of matter? The answer is option D, all of the mentioned. What is the primary function of red blood cells? The answer is option A, carry oxygen. What is the pH of lemon juice? The answer is option C, 4. Which organ is responsible for pumping blood in humans? The answer is option C, heart. Which of the following is the SI unit of temperature? The answer is option B, Kelvin. Which of the following is not an example of chemical reaction? The answer is option A, dissolving salt in water. What is the process of solid turning directly into a gas called? The answer is option C, sublimation. Which of the following is not a property of metals? The answer is option D, poor conductors of heat. Which of the following is a property of chemical reactions? The answer is option B, it results in formation of new substances. What is the primary source of energy for plants? The answer is option C, sunlight. What happens to particles of matter when it is heated? The answer is option A, they move faster. Which of the following is a chemical property of matter? The answer is option D, reactivity with oxygen. Which substance can exist in all three states of matter? The answer is option C, water. What is a pure substance? The answer is option A, substance with only one type of molecule. What type of mixture is sugar dissolved in water? The answer is option C, homogeneous mixture. What is the primary difference between a compound and mixture? The answer is option B, compounds are chemically bonded. What is the smallest particle of an element? The answer is option D, atom. Which element has atomic number of 6? The answer is option B, carbon. Which is an example of covalent bond? The answer is option D, hydrogen. What is atomic number of element with 6 protons and 6 electrons? The answer is option B, 6. What is the mass of an electron? The answer is option C, 1 upon 1836 AMU. Which part of atom contains protons and neutrons? The answer is option A, nucleus. Discovery of neutron was made by. The answer is option B, James Chadwick. Which model is known as plum pudding model? The answer is option D, Thomson's model. Which gas is responsible for greenhouse effect? The answer is option B, carbon dioxide. What is a property of acids? The answer is option C, sour taste. What is the SI unit of acceleration? The answer is option A, meter per second square. Object travels 10 meter east, then 10 meter west. What is its displacement? The answer is option C, 0 meter. What is the term for motion along straight line? The answer is option B, rectangular motion. Which describes object in motion? The answer is option C, changing position over time. Which law explains relations between force and motion? The answer is option D, Newton's second law. Which law explains why person feels pushed back when car accelerates? The answer is option B, Newton's first law. Which is example of action-reaction pair per Newton's third law? The answer is option D, rocket lifting off. What is value of acceleration due to gravity on Earth? The answer is option C, 9.8 meter per second square. Which is true about gravitational force? The answer is option D, non-contact force. What is relationship between weight and mass? The answer is option C, weight proportional to mass. Which objects experience gravitational force? The answer is option B, any object with mass. If displacement is 0, what is work done by force? The answer is option C, 0. What is energy possessed by object due to position or configuration? The answer is option B, potential energy. What is power consumed by 60-watt bulb in 2 hours? The answer is option A, 120 joule. Which represents best example of energy conservation? The answer is option B, pendulum swing back and forth. Sound waves are example of what type of waves? The answer is option C, longitudinal waves. What is speed of sound in water? The answer is option D, 1500 meter per second. What is function of plasma membrane? The answer is option C, regulates entry and exit of substances. What is example of prokaryotic cell? The answer is option B, bacteria. Which organelle present in animal cells but absent in most plant cells? The answer is option A, lysosome. Which statement about mitochondria is true? The answer is option A, mitochondria produce energy as ATP.